Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, like, let's
Yeah.
say there is a situation wherein some of the sheets in your workbook are using different data sources. So
Yeah.
in same thing is in our case, like some of them are using sheet one like this, and some of them are using our data source like order sample superstore.
Yeah.
Fine. So, but what we know as a developer, we know that in both the databases we have common fields,
Yeah.
right? So what we can do is we can replace one data source with other,
Okay.
right? So that what will happen as soon as we'll replace, the sheets will not get deleted. See, as of now, if I just go ahead and delete any particular sheet, sorry, close any particular data source,
Okay.
the sheets which are using this data source will automatically get deleted.
Okay.
So that's a kind of risk of losing your work. So what I will do before closing a data source, I'll replace it so that there will be a base data source for each sheet, and then we can close a data source,
Okay.
right? So I'll just replace these two. So
Okay. Okay.
means I will replace one with other. So what I'll
Okay.
do, I'll just go ahead and kind of go to data, and then we'll go to replace data source.
Okay.
And over here, I will select
Yeah.
order sample superstore with
C2 one.
results
Okay. Yeah.
sheet one. So as soon as we do that, see, it is giving this much warning. It says sheet lollipop chart contains error. The following will be removed. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So as of now, we got the error only in one.
Okay.
There would be maybe some dependency in lollipop chart or some kind of, see over here. I think something got deleted, but the entire sheet is still there. There would be some a particular field that might have been deleted.
Okay.
Field, right? So
Yeah.
there is not much impact over here. But if you see, all other sheets are working fine. So what we can do now, we can just go ahead and click on this data source and we'll say close.
You're closing seat one, yeah, seat two, or
I'm closing data. I'm closing data source one.
you have selected that one, no? First
Right.
one.
Data source. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll close that. So because none of the sheets are using that data, so that's why
Yeah.
other things got deleted. That's got deleted now without impacting the sheets.
Okay.
You can go to your dashboard. So you will see all other objects working fine. Correct. So the overall, the message what I want to pass is, don't use duplicate data sources, or
Yeah.
try to kind of minimize the number of data sources in worksheet, because the
Okay.
more you will use, the more slower the performance will be poor in case of maximum data sources,
Yeah.
right? If you use more data sources, it will be more slower. So
Yeah.
that was the reason I kind of deleted those and kept only one now. So we have, good number of charts as of now. I'll go ahead and create few more so that we can go ahead and
Related to
use
maps.
them.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. So let's say postal code, or maybe take state. That's the best
State.
one,
Yeah.
right? Now I don't know whether I told you, but over here, if you see, like, I selected the states, by default the longitude and latitude came here,
Yeah.
right? Because Tableau understands the name of states, and that's why these values came. The problem is they are not there in this map at this moment,
Yeah.
right? The reason why these things are not there in the map at this
That
time,
is US data.
correct. So I need to go ahead and map it first of all.
We wish. Yeah.
And then you will get that map. Fine.
Yeah.
Now we'll go ahead and put state on color. You can do like this.
Yes.
Maybe take the profit. So sales onto the size and sales on label, or maybe you can take the circles over here and then take the further size.
Yeah.
Right. So this is how you can at least show your map. Fine.
Yeah.
So as of now, we have taken only sales. Maybe you can take size by profit, put label on sales. So all that
Yeah.
things possible, right? On top of it, if you drag, let's say order date over here on pages, you get this control over here. So you can see that, movement also, how your numbers are moving. So let's change that into month.
Yes.
And then at the place of sales cumulative or size, let's take running total. And then if you kind of go ahead and play this, let me show all, both, right? And then play it. So it will be something like this. See the movement, automatically the numbers are moving.
Yeah. Running total will show till total.
Yeah, till the date total. It will keep adding that
Yeah.
number. All right. So it has
Yeah.
kind of created that type of visualization for you. Now we'll just take it off from here and you'll get all the numbers. Yep. All right. So this is your map. On dashboard, generally what I do, first of all, let's say take the page size. So page size we should take 1300. That's a standard
Okay.
one. Why we keep it? If you do the full size, it will be, you will not get any kind of scroll bar in the bottom.
Okay.
That that will fit to your page width,
Okay.
right? Actual is
Yeah.
like 1356, something like that, but I keep 1300,
Okay.
right? So that's what you can also take while taking the page width. Now, another thing what we can do is show the header. So over here, we can, let's say, take dashboard shading. If you want, you can give the background to your dashboard. If not, just align your title. So this color, border, and with that you can have a middle alignment, something like this. Then for this page also you can select border, and that will be from layout, and then border for this, that will be this. So you got border for title as well as page container also, right? If you try to do the full screen, so what I
Yeah.
simply did at that time, we just added the border to header and this container, right? And if you
Okay.
maximize it, this will be the layout for your dashboard. 1300. So
Okay.
that's why you have margin at both sides and dashboard. So over here, dashboard you can change as summary, superstore, right? And
Yeah.
then you can start, dragging your objects here. So what generally we do, we'll take the objects like pie chart and all, or area plot in the very first layer.
Yeah.
I'm not taking this donut because this donut has many objects at this moment. So maybe pie chart. We'll add one more pie chart. So let's take region, and maybe we can take sales and profit. Let's take sales, and we'll add pie chart. Right, we'll take this, or maybe you can take the area plot. That will also be good. We'll show your sales, show your profit, and all other values, whichever you want, you can show that. So I'll say heat map, or sorry, tree map or area plot. We'll go ahead and take this over dashboard. Now another thing, if you see, I drag it like this. It was in tiled format.
Yeah.
So that's why it has occupied the maximum space on the page automatically.
Yeah.
Right? Had it been in, you know, if you take it like floating, then it
Yeah.
will come like this. Wherever you want, you can drop it.
Okay.
So that's the difference between tile and floating format.
Okay.
So once you get it in floating format, maybe you can put it wherever you want. And you can say entire view. And
Okay.
then you can, maybe if you want, you can keep title or you can remove the title. So something like this,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Now over here, there is one more thing here. Just not this thing. If you go to this particular chart, area plot,
Yeah.
maybe if I take it as a bar plot,
Yeah. We can take.
right? No, so what I'm trying to do here is region, I'll put region on colors,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And we'll hide the header, show labels. This label is of sales,
Yeah.
show the label of profit, region, show sales, show profit, right, title. So I'll just go here and take it at the top. We'll start from maybe 10
Yeah.
and do the fit entire size. Okay, over here, let's say width, no, entire size. Okay. So on dashboard or top, you will get this number as it is.
Yeah.
Correct? Now, the next thing, we can take some, let's say, map over here. Don't need title. And we'll say fit to. Okay, for map, you don't get fit to width. So that's fine. And we'll take another thing, whichever is allowed over here. For example, maybe rank, right? To I don't need title. I'll hide the title from here also. And whatever objects I have dragged, I'll take the border like this. For this also I need border. For this also I need border. Fine. So 2, 3 objects. Okay. One thing, if you see, because we have added the border, now it doesn't look good. So you can increase it a bit. What I'll do, we'll go here, select this, and we'll say increase width. Okay. Now width is fine, but height. So in case of height, I'll reduce it a bit. Okay. Better. Then for this, if you see, your y is at 128. For this one, y is at 127. So we'll take this also at 128. Then height for this is 393. And so keeping the strategy in mind, I'm creating accordingly, the dashboard.
Yeah.
And let me give this height as at least 1000.
Okay.
Right. So that is
Yeah.
what we generally do. So we need to adjust, and this will also go maybe 160. Let's take at 100. No, I think 150 or 20. 20 will be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fine.
20 will.
Same 120. Same thing for this 120.
Yeah.
And the height we can take at the place of 491. Let's take 300. For this
Okay.
also 300.
Yeah.
So that we can put other objects into the
Yeah.
dashboard. Now, so first layer I keep like this. It is just the summary, right? There is
Yeah.
no such detail. In second layer, you can take your trend related things.
Okay.
So yeah, something like this, wherein if you want headers, you can put it, or if you don't want, you can skip those. So for this also, I'll go ahead and take let me take the first one. And for this border, this starts at 423. So we'll select 423 here also.
Yeah.
423. Hide the titles. Height for this is, okay, for this it was 300. We'll do the 300 here as well. And the same thing for this.
Yeah.
300. Width for this is 616. We'll take this also as 616. So now if you see,
Yeah.
these objects are aligned, right? Little bit different in
Yeah.
this. It's 11, it's 12. So 11. Width of this is 658. So 658. Now it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Now for last one, maybe if you want, you can take the table.
Yeah.
Generally, table will be better. So maybe this we can drag. Office supplies we can drag in case we need some other dimension. So subcategory could be one of them.
Yeah.
and just go to this dashboard. So sheet 8, don't need the title. We'll have border as this, and then you can see all your objects, right? So on this dashboard, let's say if we start from beginning, let's use this as a filter, then we can use all other as a filter also. Not necessary to use everything as a filter, just use those objects as a filter whichever are required. So right, at this moment you see everything.
Yeah.
Correct. Now I select east. In the top one, you will see only east region in map, related states, and the forecast related to those. And similarly, this cross table will show the data related to those states only. Now,
Yeah.
let's say if under that you want to see only Maryland, select
Yeah.
this. Okay, it is not used as a filter.
Yeah.
Let me use this also as a filter. So west will be like south region.
Yeah.
Over here I want to see Florida. Where is Florida? North Carolina, Louisiana, Virginia, Georgia, Alabama. Where is Florida? This one.
Yeah.
If you select Florida, right,
Feels for
all
that.
other
Yeah.
charts will show data related to Florida only.
Yeah.
And similarly, the below table will say show the data related to Florida itself.
No
So that's how
forecast
you
for
can
that
kind
one.
of, right. See, if the data is less than 3 months or 6 months, then
Yeah.
definitely no forecast will be shown. And over
Yeah.
here the problem is, if you see for Florida, most of the
Yeah.
things are negative.
Negative. That's yeah.
So that's why it shows no flow forecast. But North Carolina, again no forecast, your data is
Yeah.
again negative side. So generally if you see, like for this south region, generally everything is you know very less in production,
Yeah.
right? But the good thing is, like using one chart you are able to filter all other
Yeah.
aspects.
Yeah.
So again the complete dashboard over here, go ahead and select Washington. You will see data related to Washington, and for this, see, there is a forecast.
Yeah.
Fine. So keeping dashboard, yeah, these are the things which you need to kind of plan the view first of all before even creating. Right. So this is basically UI planning, right? You need to do it even before starting the dashboards, or when you are
Yeah.
working on these individual sheets, then only
Yeah.
you need to kind of think that what you are going to use in the dashboard, all that.
Yeah.
Right. Now, good thing over here is, let's say you used 6 charts here. If you right
Yeah.
click, and you can hide all those. Similarly, from this dashboard, hide all. From this also, I will hide all. So you will see only the
Okay.
sheets will be left. Yeah, only the
Okay.
sheets will be left here which are not used on any dashboard.
Okay. Yeah.
Because of animation, see how the look is coming up. We used animation, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So there was option right under formatting. We use that.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the 3 dashboards what we have as of now. Now,
Okay.
right. So another thing what I will cover is related to landing pages. So let's
Okay.
say you
Okay.
got 3 dashboards. How will
Yeah.
you kind of create a home page? And from that
Yeah.
home page, how will you go from one dashboard to another? Yeah.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right then. Bye bye.